After over 20 years in the Corvette and classic car industry, and me being a true red-blooded American car guy, I've come to realize there is more to a car than just the car itself. Sometimes, if you do a little digging, if you listen close to what the car has to tell you, you just might uncover a fascinating tale. This is American Car Stories. Hello everyone, I'm Chris and welcome to another episode of American Car Stories, coming to you from Biovet in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to do something cool today. I'm going to play hooky from work. We're going to take this beautiful 1957 Chevy 210 Resto Mod. We're going to go to a local car show. We're going to go to the Tucker Cruise-In. It's about 15 miles to the east of Atlanta. They've been doing this for a long time and I've been meaning to get over there for a while. We're going to go see if we can find some people, see their cars, and maybe gather a few stories. Let's go to the Cruise-In. I found Samantha and her 1968 Barracuda. Can you tell us a little bit about this beauty?
So this 1968 Barracuda we found back in 2015 up at the Pigeon Forward Rod Run, back when I was 15 going on 16.
Very cool.
Me and my dad were walking around a car show and I was like, you know, it'd be super cool for me to drive to high school, Dad, a muscle car. And he was like, tough chance, we'll figure it out. And so we're walking, trying to get back, and I spot my eye on her and I was like, Dad, what kind of car is that? And he was like, well, that's a 1968 Barracuda. And I was like, well, she's for sale. So what we really loved is that the interior was already completely done. So all we had to do was mechanical work. So it used to have a 318 in there and we swapped that out for a 360. We switched out the drum brakes for disc brakes. We have an 8 3/4 rear end on it now from a 7 and a...
Did you do this work yourself?
Yeah, I did it with him right over there.
Cool.
Yeah, we did it together. Were
you able to drive the car home from the rod run?
No, so actually he surprised me with it because at first he was like, well, if they're there tomorrow morning, then I'll buy it. And I was like, Dad, they said that they're leaving really early, so I think that we should just go ahead now. And he's like, no, be patient. So I took a picture of their number and everything, and of course they were gone the next morning. But the whole ride back from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee to Peachtree City, I was like, Dad, I still have their number. We can call them, we can still get it. So the next weekend he went up to Charlottesville and met up with them, and then he surprised me with it at home.
Very cool. I love that.
So awesome.
That is awesome. That's what we're after. I'd love to have this thing in the studio sometime. We'll do a good in-depth interview with you in this car and get some good footage of it. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, you just let me know. Really Thank you so much. So nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm here with Bill Marsh, and I found him in this beautiful 1960 Dorado green Cadillac Eldorado. She's a beautiful car. He's owned it about 6 years, added to his collection about 6 years ago. Tell us a little bit about this car, Bill.
I'd say I bought it about 6 years ago. It belonged to a guy who was, he had Cato Foods. He did all the produce work for Kroger.
Okay.
And I bought it from him. And it's just one of my favorite cars.
It's a beautiful car. Yeah. And you said something about this color was just specifically for...
Yes. This color was made for a General Motors executive. It was a special color.
Oh, very cool.
It's not part of the Cadillac lineup.
All right. It caught my eye.
It also has white leather bucket seats. You won't see any bucket seats hardly ever in the Cadillac. This is a factory.
Very cool, very cool. And what engine is under the hood?
It's 390 cubic inches. It is 345 horsepower with 3 two-barrel carburetors.
Very cool. Do you drive this very often? You take it out much?
We drive it a lot. We enjoy it.
It looks like it's been one to enjoy, and it has been enjoyed. Beautiful car. We're going to get my guys to take a little closer look at it, and
sure.
We appreciate your time.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I'm here with Mike Walling and his beautiful 1967 GTO. He's owned this car for about 14 years, is that correct?
That's correct.
And it is actually born on his birthday, which is so cool. Tell us a little bit about this car.
So, built in Mass, it was originally sold to a dealership in New York, spent most of his life up in Northeast, and then in the 80s went down to West Palm Beach, spent about 8 years in West Palm, and then an owner bought it, took it all the way into Key West. It was in Key West until 2010. It was on eBay.
Okay.
It took me about 3 years. I was looking for a 67 Goat, built on my birthday, and it popped up on eBay.
So you were looking for
I
the
was
birthday
looking for
car.
it. It took me 3 years. So you can search it by VIN number. So I was looking for it. It took me 3 years, and I found it on eBay. And
How hard was it to get away from the people in Key West?
they needed the money, so it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard, right? So
Right.
I got it fairly inexpensive, and it was a rust bucket. So we did a frame off, took it to Nationals, won gold, and then we converted it to a driver. And now we drive the heck out of it.
Very cool. And when you take it for a drive, what's the distance? How far do you take this?
Last year we went to Maine. This September we're running to Seattle.
So you drive this car.
We drive.
That
We
is
got 60,000 miles on it, and we're getting ready to go to Seattle. So
And the color?
original color, Tyrol blue.
Okay.
Tyrol
Very
blue.
cool.
That's the original color. So it's the original. It's a period correct car. It's not a numbers matching.
Okay.
So it's got a GTO 67 HO with the 670 heads. It has the Muncie M21, right? So it's all 67, but it's not the original motor. Somewhere along the lines, one of the previous owners.
But
wanted
it's
the
a
motor.
birthday car.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
that's
but the
right.
car was built on my birthday, right? So there it is, right?
What a beautiful car. We appreciate your time. We're going to get some
much,
footage of
man. I
this thing.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
I found Bill Stanton here with his 1970 K5 Blazer convertible. Really cool looking truck. Tell us a little bit about it, Bill.
Well, I mean, it's a 70 CST package. I've owned this since 1998.
Very cool.
Just all original, real nice, driving vehicle. Just love it. Loved it for years.
What's under the hood?
It's a 350.
The original to the car? To the truck?
Yep. Original 350. Original interior, except for the back seat. I had to
Okay.
find one because a lot of times people took them out. They like the tops. They take the tops off, but then they took the back seat out because they could store more stuff.
Does this have a soft top or a hard?
It's got a hard top, a fiberglass hard top on it.
Looks better with it off.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, it was off in 1998 and never put back on.
Very
So-
cool.
so it's been on
You
there.
said something about this truck?
Yeah, actually, I gave it to my daughter was born in '99. I always told her this would be hers. So 2 years ago, I gave it to her, and she has since moved to Florida, but she doesn't have a garage yet. So I said, you cannot take it down there until you have a garage to put it in. But it would never go anywhere. It would always stay in the family, and hopefully she gives it to her kids when they're born and stuff. It's just a good classic, very rare, hard thing to find.
Yeah, well, she knows it's in good hands.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
we appreciate your time.
Oh,
We're going to
absolutely.
take a little closer look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go right ahead.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.
I am here with Tom Duncan in his 1969 Camaro. What is really cool about this, not just a pace car, but Tom is the original owner. And where did you buy this car?
Central Chevrolet in Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina. So we're here on Main Street. I found Tom in his car. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's just one of the original 500 that was built. It was built in April of '69. Oh, and it'll put you in jail.
Well, we don't want to see that, but very cool, beautiful car.
But it's all stock, with the exception I took the points out of it and had the radio where it's now. The radio is now an AM and FM.
Okay. Everything else is original to the car. I see you have the Protecto plate that originally came with the car as well.
Yeah.
Very cool. Has it been restored? Have you restored this car?
Well, I had to put it outside and put a car cover over it, and about 3 years later I looked at it and got sick because the paint was flaking on it, and then the family of mice had moved into it.
Oh no, that happens.
But
Well, she's beautiful now. How long ago did you paint the car?
it was in 2013.
Okay. Did you do a body off restoration or did you just paint?
It was, yeah, every bolt's been touched on it.
Looks like.
I just decided, it took 3 years.
Labor of love, that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you can't do it in a week like they do it on TV.
Nope. Did you?
But
Who did the work?
Mark Ingram at Atlanta Auto Restoration did a lot. I did some of it, but he did the painting and all. And
It's a beautiful car.
the only thing that's not kind of original on it is I couldn't see spending $800 to get a original battery, so I just got a cap put on.
It looks good. It plays the part well. We're going to take a look at the car a little bit. Maybe we can invite you down to put it in our studio and do a proper video of it at some point. I'd love to have it down.
Yeah, well, this car has been on display at the World Congress Center and the Georgia Aquarium, and it's been a month on turntable at Summit Racing.
Very cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, she's a beaut, and it was really nice to meet you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to American Car Stories. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. Had a great time out here on Main Street in Tucker. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.